peeking out there between the cloud cover. That's very nice. Shula Park. Art in the Park will be very excited. But we're not going there. We're going to the South Moat area. And maybe a good day for a hike. Should be clearing up by this afternoon. But anyway, we're coming back to the studio. We have world traveler Emily Eastman right here on the set. Good morning, Emily.
Good morning.
How are you? I had to say something.
That's fine.
You just spent like 5 weeks in Europe. Very cool.
Yes.
And now you're back here in the Valley bringing us good information about Purity Spring Resort.
Yes, Purity Spring Resort. We're celebrating 100 years this summer.
That's amazing. Family-owned resort.
Yes, and family-owned for 100 years. The same family for 100 years, which is very rare. And I think we're very excited about it. But
it is very news and noteworthy. They've done such amazing things, expanding the resort in the right way. I mean, the Bluff, Danforth Bay. I mean, the resort, the new restaurant Traditions. I mean, that just, well, it's been around, but it's become more of like an open to the public restaurant. So tell me, let's talk about Traditions first. What's going on there?
So Purity Spring Resort is owned by the Hoyt family, and we've always had lodging and we've always had dining at the resort for the guests. And just this past fall, we opened it up to the public. And so Traditions Restaurant is now available for the public now. And dinner nightly. In the summertime, it's nightly. In the fall, we might go back to 4 or 5 nights a week. But it is delicious food. We have a very good chef. He's worked in the Valley for a long time, Trevor Tasker, and he is great, and the food's great. It's made to order and fresh, and we have lots of specials every night. But the menu is a pretty good menu as well, and you can also look at the full menu online. We have a pub as well.
Yes, it's beautiful, little pub there.
It has always been, and so when we decided to open up Traditions to the public, we did expand it a little bit. We took out a seating area that was always for resort guests, but we turned that into a bar, the pub. A par.
That's a cross between a pub and a bar.
Yes.
Par.
But we opened that pub up and we expanded the room, and
I really like what
really
they've done.
nice.
It's very lots of nice quality wood, and is it some sort of stonework on the floor, tile?
It's tiled. The floor is tile, and it's a really nice bar, and we do have some flat screens in there, and
very nice.
We play sports games. But we have specialty nights weekly. We have on Tuesdays it's men's night, and you can get
men's night
burger and draft for I think it's $8.
Sweet,
and
that's a great price.
It is, yeah, and you can sit in the pub and watch TV, watch Red Sox or something like that. And then on Wednesdays we have ladies' night, and that is half off entrees.
Good.
And then Thursdays is our famous the lobster bake on our island.
Oh, I love the lobster bake.
You just have to call ahead of time.
Okay.
So on Wednesdays you have to reserve by Wednesday for the lobster bake.
For the lobster. But the other ones, can they just walk in?
We prefer that you call ahead, especially in the summertime, but just call to reserve a seat. Just call and ask.
Right.
We always have seating in the pub at least.
Okay.
But
because you also have resort guests that are using facilities, so it's nice because if you do call in and make a reservation, you're going to channel those people into the non-busy times, so they get served that much quicker.
Right. Yeah.
But did you know I used to work at the restaurant a long time ago?
I didn't.
Like 1989, totally dating myself. But I worked as a waitress in the restaurant, so it's very cool to see this next progression of Traditions. So very nice. All right, so for the rest of the resort, that's not the only thing going on, because you guys are an all-inclusive resort there. Beautiful lake. Tell me about some of the activities that the resort guests can enjoy.
Yep. So in the summertime, we have a full rec staff, and the resort is all-inclusive, except maybe you have to pay for a t-shirt to tie-dye, but we have activities going on the whole week for guests, and it's planned out. You can participate, you don't have to participate, but we have canoe trips down the Saco, and we provide the transportation, we provide the lunch on the river, the canoes or the kayaks. We do a tubing trip as well during the week. Again, the transportation and the river guides. And then on our own lake, we have water skiing and wakeboarding and kneeboarding that's offered 4 times a week. Free complimentary water skiing. You don't get that many resorts. And our lake is I want to call it private, but no one else is allowed with a motorboat on it, so it's just ours, and it only runs that 4 times a week for the guests. The rest of the time, it's just
you guys
canoe
have
and kayak
loons
travel.
and
We do, and we have the on-site Audubon Wildlife Sanctuary, which is very special, and we try and keep that up, but it's really special. And we just had another chick hatch this spring,
yay.
loon chick. But on the lake we have 4 beaches, we have sailing, we have the iceberg, which is kind of like a climbing wall. Yeah. People might see that if you drive on 153
My boys don't even
through the
swim
resort.
yet, and they're like, we want to go.
So canoeing, kayaking, and then we have plenty of court games. We have 5 tennis courts. We have
I was just checking out the website. You guys had some major family volleyball. It was great. They were doing really well.
And that was just unorganized.
Impromptu.
That's a video that you saw. Yeah. We just impromptu volleyball game and horseshoes. We have a climbing wall, but that's one of the activities that you have to go with the rec staff. We have archery with the rec staff.
Right. Well, the nice thing is, too, is that, you're here to talk about a place where you work, but you guys also received accolades from a third party. Didn't you just get named like one of the best resorts that you guys can hold your own against any other resort, and it's affordable?
It wasn't an award, but we had a very nice, recognition in the Washington Post, which we are extremely flattered by the Washington Post, not an East Coast paper, but we were recognized by them, and it was a very nice article. We have it on the website if anyone cares to read it.
Yeah, it's really a great article, actually. I was checking it out this morning, and it is so true. We were talking about some of the bigger places where you can go with families, the ones that, like Disney World, stuff like that, and they're all great in their own right. But it's nice that you can do an affordable family vacation, and it's the same sort of experience. And the nice thing I think about Purity Spring is that you guys have been doing it for 100 years. You know how to bring families together. Right. You provide the activities, keep the kids going so they're not bored, and it's really quality family time together.
Right. Yeah, and it is, and you can always have your own time. We do have the Cub Club daycare, and we also have babysitting at night if you'd like it, and so we have plenty of options.
Taking care of everything.
Yeah, we do. Indoor swimming, we have really everything. So anything you can think of.
I was going to say, well, not only all that, but coming up in the fall, you have your weekend getaways, which I've heard like the scrapbooking is so popular.
It is.
And I've done like a little scrapbooking myself, but some of these people are really good.
Right. So in the summer, we have week-long stays for vacation families, but in the fall, we have people come for the weekend theme weekends, and we put together packages, and they're often, for example, for scrapbooking, we have leaders for the week, and they come in and they teach you certain things on scrapbooking, but you get this huge table space, and you can scrapbook the whole weekend. You don't have to go to bed. We bring snacks to you, but we have
this plenty. Is like Vegas.
Yeah, we have plenty of themes all fall.
Ballroom dancing.
Ballroom dancing, scrapbooking, quilting. Once the foliage pops, we have call it our Peeping Paddlers tour, which is we provide again the transportation, the river, and we do a foliage kayak down the river.
Nice.
And then we also do covered bridge tour during the foliage time, and it's historic, and we talk about all the bridges, and we go up the Kank and all over, and again we provide the transportation.
That's so nice.
And you just sit back and relax.
And you don't have to do the driving, and you just sit, and you guys are going to take them to all the cool spots, so you don't have to do the research. Just sign up and go. So all this information, of course, is on the website, correct? And that's purityspring.com?
purityspring.com.
All right. Did we miss anything?
Well, something that was just announced yesterday, which isn't on the website yet. Breaking news. We will be discounting our final week of August. So that's Sunday through Thursday night stays, and that's the week going into Labor Day weekend. It doesn't include Labor Day weekend, but we're going to be discounting that week for stays, and we realize that some people are going back to school, but that's why we're discounting it for those who aren't. And we still have a full recreation schedule, full rec staff on hand. So.
Awesome. All right. So more information about that again on the website. Can they call or can they make reservations on the website? Or
yes, we have online reservations. You can call to make a reservation.
Excellent. PuritySpring.com. And the number?
800-373-3754.
Got that?
Or local, 367-8896.
All right, that one I know. All right, well, Emily, thank you so much, and welcome back to the States. Very cool. And again, folks, PuritySpring.com or the number 367-8896. Excellent. Thanks again. All right, folks, we'll be back. We have, you know what? You get to call right now to qualify for those Alan Jackson tickets, too. 356-6619. We'll take caller number 4. Allow me a little time to get over to the phone. All right, we'll be right back.
Main Street. Curious how even today we imagine